All right, I'm nervous. I really am. Over the next 2 nights and 3 days, I am going to try to complete the Honeycomb Loop here in the Owyhee Desert in southeastern Oregon along the Idaho border. Some of the challenges I'm going to be facing right away. It's a pretty trailless route, a lot of scrambling. Every book I read said you should go with a group or with another person. I have decided to do it solo. I had this thought as I was walking up to the trail, like, John, is this really what you want to do? Go off into the wilderness by yourself in the middle of winter? And as soon as my foot hit the trail, yeah, it is. It is 14 degrees out right now, 11 o'clock in the morning at the end of January, and I am very much alone out here. Sarah made me jerky for the trip. Thanks, honey. It's the driest beef jerky I've ever had. Don't tell her. I do have my Garmin. That's what I'll be using to navigate mostly, and if you come out here, definitely make sure you have something like that. As you can see, you can't see out here. And a lot of navigating this trail and this trip is based on landmarks, which at this point, I don't think I'm gonna be able to see. So I better make sure that my GPS skills are really dialed in. For most of this hike, there is no water source, except for the Owyhee River, which is 6 miles away from me right now. So that's where I plan on setting up camp today for night 1, and night 2 I will camp next to the reservoir. I only have 50 ounces of water that I'm carrying with me right now, so I'm taking a little bit of a risk, but on the drive here I made sure to really hydrate, so I think that should last me, and if I get into a pinch, there's obviously snow I can melt. And I really don't know how to shoot this video. My plans are changing due to the weather. The first thing I have to do is find the legendary Painted Canyon. I was planning on an early drone flight in there, but I don't know. I can't see right now. But I better get a move on, because another challenge to this trip is that it gets dark at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. So I've only got 6 hours to get to my spot and get to my water source. So a trail has appeared. A trail, I believe, should take us all the way to the reservoir. So here we are. This is the Honeycomb Loop in the Owyhee Desert. Some bighorn sheep. These things are so big up close, holy cow. Don't have room to pack marshmallows and graham crackers. Just bring a little s'more Pop-Tart. Come on, that's genius. Morning, day 2. I'm woken up to a pack of coyotes right outside my tent. I woke up, there's coyotes outside my tent. I chased them to try to get a shot, but they're quick little dudes. And now I'm back in my sleeping bag because it is cold as hell out there and I gotta warm back up. But I was able to take a peek out there and assess the situation. It is cold and gray. It's so cold that I'm having a problem trying to filter water because this thing keeps freezing up. The bags have just frozen over, so I'm boiling the water I have left in the jet boil, and then hopefully that I can dump that and that can into my gravity filter, and that will that'll get things moving again. You just gotta make it work. God, just poking up my body out of the sleeping bag for just a second is whew. I am right here, this little tent thing. And I've got 3.1 miles around Schaefer Butte, up here following the river to Bensley Flat. And hopefully before this trip is over, I see the sunrise. And it warms me because I am cold. You're gonna notice in these shots that my pack is leaning strongly to my left, and that is on purpose. I don't know, I think I pulled my right hip flexor. It hurts. Yeah, when stuff like this happens out here, pull your groin, pull your hamstring, whatever. I mean, you got no choice. You gotta get out, so. So here we are. This is Bensley Flat. And if that is any indication of what I'm in for, I'm pretty excited for tomorrow. I've been struggling with my water situation, and I thought it was best if I camped closer to my water source today. And I brought my fishing stuff. And because today was a lot shorter, I've already got camp set up and it's 2 o'clock. So I can actually take my time, get some fishing done if there's any fish in here. And the sun's out, so it's shaping up for a good Saturday. Listen, I'm a curious person by nature. So if I see an old house out in the middle of nowhere, I'm gonna go explore it. The toilet has been used. Morning of day 3. It's cold. The sun's disappeared. I'm realizing that given my current setup and my current situation, this is probably the limit and the coldest I could go at this point if I want to push to -25, -30. Gotta make some upgrades. Maybe you're saying, John, why would you even want to go out -25? Like, why do you want to go out to 0? Why do you want to be out there right now? And for me, it's all about finding that edge and continuing to push that edge, however far that is, just incrementally, and just see how far I can progress in this and how far I can go and what my limit is. And that's the fun part to me, the challenge and the growing in the outdoors and growing as an outdoorsman. Each season, I go a little bit further. I'm able to do a little bit more, and I love that. I think that's a great part to life, finding something that, you know, challenges you. I missed my turn. I need to turn and get up out of this gulch.
That does not appear right.
Playing the piano, or I don't know, woodworking or painting or something like that, to try to find some sort of lifelong pursuit.
I've made it to the saddle. There's a barbed wire fence right up here. I think I'm gonna scurry up here and see if I can't find the ridge out of here.
Maybe isn't the thing that you make money in, just finding a hobby, I don't know.
This is all the water I have left. There's about 4 hours of daylight left. Either I've planned this extremely well, or I'm in trouble.
And being able to pursue that hobby and get better at it and see yourself get better at it as life goes on, I think is a real, just something I encourage, I think people should be encouraged to do. So yeah, find your edge.
I have found the old Jeep trail I was looking for, and if my calculations are correct, I just need to follow this about 2 more miles and I will be back to the car. This one was tricky, so if you want to know how to do it, every Wednesday at 7 I do a live stream, and this Wednesday will be the how to hike the Honeycomb Loop. So join me for that. More hiking and backpacking videos here, some of my favorites up here, and YouTube thinks you'll like this one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.